Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be talking about Virgin Galactic, ticker symbol SPCE. I've talked about this company before, but specifically today, we're going to be talking about their most recent spaceflight that you're seeing on your screen right now. They flew out of New Mexico. We're going to be talking about what that flight was for, the future events that this company has planned, and the Analyst activity that came from this spaceflight. I'll give you a hint, it was all pretty positive news. So make sure you stay tuned for that, and let's get right into it. Alright, let's get right into talking about this flight. Now I will say I'm not going to be talking about exactly what Virgin Galactic does. If you want to know that, and if you're new to the company, make sure to check out the video that I did back in September, because I explained a little bit about what they do. So the basics of the flight: where was it, how'd it go, and what was it for? This flight was launched out of New Mexico. This made history as only the third state that has ever launched humans into space. Now there were no civilians on this flight. That's important to understand. They were employees of the company. This was not a flight for random people, and we'll get to that towards the end of the video. But it was a successful flight, which was the important news. They got up to a speed of Mach 3, 55 miles above the Earth, which is crazy, and everything was successful in terms of the landing. According to Virgin Galactic's website, there were three main objectives during the flight. Two of them had to do with data, and one of them has to do with the actual development of the aircraft. The first objective was to carry out scientific research experiments as a part of NASA's Flight Opportunities program. And you might be wondering, why are they doing work for NASA? Well, there's two very important words that I left out, and that's revenue generating. So they did make a little bit of money off of NASA. The second objective was to collect data that will be required as part of the FAA, or the Federal Aviation Administration's commercial operator's license. Now what this means is they needed more data to prove that their flights are safe, so that eventually they can fly civilians. And the third objective, like I said, was part of their research and development. They wanted to test the spaceship's horizontal stabilizers and flight controls. So this is just fine-tuning the way that the spaceship actually works before they start offering their service. Now, like I said, this flight did not have your average civilian on it, which is the eventual goal of Virgin Galactic. Instead, this was the first of 4 flights left before it finally gets to fly its commercial customers. It has one more test flight that will carry 4 more passengers to the spacecraft's cabin, and then one more after that to fly its owner, Sir Richard Branson. After that, we're going to see them finally achieve their goal of bringing commercial spaceflight to your average customer. Now let's get into the first of 2 big Analyst upgrades. This comes from Ken Herbert at Cancord, and he upped his price target up to $35, and that's an upside of 30%. Now what exactly was his reasoning for this? He said that space tourism will be an $8 billion market in the next 9 years, and he did address the fact that there is competition from companies like Blue Origin, but he also said that he thinks Virgin Galactic has the upper hand. You can see that the company actually already has 600 reservations booked. And the big thing about this is that each of those flights will cost roughly $250,000. Now this is obviously just an estimated price. It could change a little bit by the time it actually happens, but that is a lot of money. This analyst in particular even believes that they'll have about 14,000 passengers in the next 10 years, which would be $1.7 billion in annual revenue. Another one of the big Analyst upgrades that we saw came from Bernstein, upping his price target to $27 per share. Now this one is a big one because just recently on May 10th, he had downgraded this stock to a price of $18 per share. This is a really good sign that someone that was so bearish on the stock is willing to change their mind, admit that they were wrong, and up their price target. He stated things like the highly attractive economics and the fact that it is highly convenient for the individual. He specifically gave the example of New York to London in just 2.5 hours, which would be pretty crazy. Although he stated all of these good things, there were still two main concerns that Harn had with the company. The first one, he says that any serious incident could be disastrous for the business, meaning all of these space flights are being shown on some sort of live television. If they were to blow up or crash, that would be absolutely disastrous for any customer who was planning to trust Virgin Galactic with their life. And second off, he said terminal value is unclear, hard to assess how far the value proposition will extend. This is just saying that there's some uncertainty about how valuable spaceflight will truly be. One thing that's concerning to a lot of people is the fact that Cathie Wood has been slowly dumping Virgin Galactic from its Space ARC ETF. She had a position of 672,000 shares when the ETF first began trading in March, and this was trimmed all the way down to 12 shares as of Tuesday, and those last 12 shares were actually sold on Tuesday. Now, this is not a big concern for me. Honestly, Cathie has not had the best resume over these last couple of months. She's been struggling a little bit, and that was proven by the fact that Virgin Galactic stock skyrocketed right after she sold it. Let's go ahead and have a look at that skyrocket in the stock price that we've seen this week. This stock has been slowly dripping down, slowly deteriorating to the $15 range ever since its big boom in February. But you see that after that flight, it's been ticking up pretty significantly and currently trades at the $27 range. I hope you guys did go on to enjoy today's video, and if you did, make sure you leave a like down below. Subscribe while you're down there. We'd love to have you as a new subscriber. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one.